Geothermal energy is the thermal energy generated and stored in the earth. Thermal energy is the energy that determines the temperature of matter. The geothermal energy of the Earth's crust originated from the original formation of the planet and from radioactive decay of materials. Advantages of geothermal. It is relatively cheap compared to other energy sources. It avoids the use of fossil fuels. The construction of the plant needs a small space. Thermal energy is free and independent from the outside temperature. The thermal energy of the ground is always available on site. Thermal energy is a renewable energy.
However, there are always two sides of the coin, so let's have a look at the cons of geothermal energy. The extraction of geothermal energy from the ground leads to a release of greenhouse gases. Geothermal energy also runs the risk of triggering earthquakes due to alterations in the Earth's structure as a result of digging. It's incredibly expensive to install, especially while drilling cost. Besides, geothermal doesn't have very much flexibility when it comes to choosing location because it need to be built in places where the energy is accessible, which means that some areas are not able to exploit this resource. Noise pollution is a potential issue during the construction stage. The greatest noise in geothermal plants is during the wells drilling and wells testing phase. Geothermal power is sustainable if reservoirs are properly managed. This is because energy fluid needs to be pumped back into the underground reservoirs faster than it is depleted.
Hi, now I'm going to talk about current trend of geothermal energy at present in the world. As you can see in the map, these are the top 5 nations having the most installed geothermal power generation in 2020, where United States of America is leading the chart, followed by Asian representatives, which are Indonesia and Philippines, at second and third place. After that, the list continues at fourth place, where Turkey is the leader of geothermal energy in Europe, followed by Kenya in Africa continent at 5 places. So let me take you guys to those countries, shall we? USA, from year 2010 until 2014, they have generated total capacity of 3,450 megawatt electric per year until 2014. Until this period, California, Nevada, Utah, and Hawaii had become the largest facility for geothermal energy, followed by new installation in year 2014 itself in Alaska, Idaho, New Mexico, Oregon, and Wyoming. California itself has two major productive poles named the Glacier and the Imperial Valley. In this period, also, they have recorded the lowest temperature for binary cycle operates at 74 degrees Celsius at Chena Hot Springs in Alaska. In 2015 to 2020, they have become the world leader in generation of geothermal power plant in 2019, with total capacity of 3,700 megawatt electric per year. However, there is no geothermal field. Instead, the repowering, consolidation, co-location with the other renewable energy types still happen to improve the performance in hot climate by combining the air and water cooling system. As we know that Indonesia has numbers of volcanoes along Sumatra, Java, Bali, and island in the eastern part of Indonesia, with total 312 potential locations to compose about 28 gigawatt hour. The geothermal facilities operated from 10 locations with 1,300 megawatt per year of total electrical capacities. Gunung Salak record the highest planned capacities at 377 megawatt, followed by Durajat at 260 megawatt and Wayang Rindu at 227 megawatt. The government has a short-medium term development for the year 2025 to have total capacity about 6,000 megawatt per year, correspondingly to the 5% of energy needs of the country. From year 2015 and 2020, Indonesia has recorded the largest geothermal potential in the world and also has reached 1,948 megawatt in 2019 with new power plant at Umur Balai, Sotoria and Mualaf. The government of Indonesia target by 2020 the capacity will reach 2,289 megawatt and 7,000 megawatt by 2025. We go to Philippines from year 2010 until 2014, where they have the law that provide fiscal and non-fiscal to promote and accelerate the exploration, development and utilization of renewable energy, include geothermal energy. Research also stated there are 43 geothermal services and contracts been awarded with total capacity reach 1,870 megawatt per year, where here is among the highest plant capacity installed. Makban in Laguna produce 450 megawatt, Mount Apo in Mindanao produce 108 megawatt, and Tongonan in Leyte produce the highest capacity at 726 megawatt per year. However, there is no major project development since the World Geothermal Congress 2010. However, from year 2015 and until 2020, there is an increase in total installed capacity of 1,980 megawatt from 108,000 megawatt and able to provide 1,770 gigawatt hours per year of energy to the grid. And there are 18 prospective sites still in exploration stages and predicted to have additional of 91 megawatt during 2021 until 2026. Last but not least, the estimated development potential of Philippines geothermal resources will approximate 4,024 megawatt. In Turkey, from 2010 until 2014, there are about 225 geothermal fields have been discovered. Electricity produced has reached 400 megawatt with 350 megawatt additional electrical production of new plants. Turkey also has developed an interesting system where liquid carbon dioxide and dry ice production factory is integrated to the Kizildir geothermal plant at 107 megawatt. Aydin Hidden Valley at 92 megawatt and Aydin Gemench 70 megawatt per year. From 2015 and until 2020, there are 460 prospective fields have been identified, where 56 plants built in 27 of these fields with total installed capacity of 1,549 megawatt. Turkey also have wells that penetrate at 450 meters where temperature in excess of 209 has been recorded. The government of Turkey also invests in research and development that reached total of 2.3 billion USD. Kenya from year 2010 until 2014 with geothermal potential about 10 gigawatt electrical and under a very aggressive phase in development together with impression construction of the pipeline. The high temperature prospect are located within the Kenya Rift Valley where Olkaria geothermal field has become the most important production pool at 606 megawatt per year with expanded capacity at 368 megawatt in the last 2 years. The geothermal development company also has currently drilling at the Menengai geothermal field for the development of a 100 megawatt project. From 2015 until 2020, Kenya has become one of the fastest growing geothermal capacity in the world with total capacity of 865 megawatt, which comprises 29% of the national capacity. The government of Kenya plans to have 5,000 megawatt on the line by 2030 to explore 12 greenfield sites. And lastly, by 2020, it may be possible that Kenya will have a total installed capacity of 1,193 megawatt electrical per year.
Okay, so here we are going to talk about advanced technology for geothermal energy. Dry steam plant use steam directly from the geothermal reservoir. The steam being pumped up from the underground well directly into the turbine or generator unit as shown in the figure. There are only two known underground resources of steam in US, which are the geyser in the Northern California and Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming. Since Yellowstone is protected from development, the only dry steam plant in the country are at the geyser. The number of geothermal power plants currently operating in that region is 18, and the present combined generation capacity are about 900 megawatt. From this plant, essentially the only emission is excess steam. For lower temperature energy source, flash steam plant is used. Flash steam plant use low pressure flash tank to generate steam from geothermal reservoir of water at temperature greater than 182 degrees Celsius. From the figure shown, the hot water from the ground flows upward through underground well under its own pressure. As it flows upward, the pressure decreases and some of the hot water boils into steam. The steam is then separated from water and used to power a turbine or generator. Any leftover water and condensed steam are injected back into the reservoir, making this a sustainable resource. Binary cycle power plant transfer heat from geothermal hot water to another liquid, which is turned into the steam that drives the generator turbine. In 2006, a binary cycle plant in Chena Hot Spring, Alaska, producing electricity from a record of low fluid temperature of 57 degrees Celsius. However, generally, binary cycle plant operates on water at lower temperature of about 107 to 182 degrees Celsius. This plant used the heat from the hot water to boil a working fluid, usually an organic compound with a low boiling point. The working fluid is vaporized in a heat exchanger and used to turn a turbine and subsequently the generator. The water is then injected back into the ground to be reheated. The cool water vapor that being released back into the underground reservoir so the cycle can begin anew. The water and the working fluid are kept separated during the whole process, so there is little or no emission as the binary cycle is a closed system. These are the references that have been used to do these slides. That's all from us. Thank you.